Hey, I'm DC.
And I'm AJ.
And you're watching
Barside Jive.
And today we're celebrating July 4th.
Say A, say M, say E, say R, say I, C, say A, M. American woman, gonna mess your mind. American woman, gonna mess your mind.
AJ's favorite holiday. Because I like to blow shit up.
2017. So AJ, could you tell us a little history about July 4th?
Well, we can make it real easy.
A little Independence Day action.
July 4th, we declared our independence. We kicked the British's ass and run their ass out of this country. Then we all drank some beer.
So did we have a bitter battle?
Not really.
So let me guess.
Go ahead, guess.
On July 4th, 1776, 13 colonies claimed their independence from Britain, an event which eventually led to the formation of the United States of America.
From Philadelphia, we expect a declaration of independence. 8 of the 13 colonies have levied money in support of a continental army. I ask that South Carolina be the 9th.
Massachusetts and Virginia may be at war, but South Carolina is not. Hear, hear.
This is not a war for the independence of 1 or 2 colonies, but for the independence of 1 nation.
And yes, what nation is that? An American nation.
And the world's always been better since.
And then each year on July 4th, also known as Independence Day.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Americans celebrate this historic event. Americans celebrate this historic event. Americans celebrate this historic event.
Americans celebrate this historic event.
Americans celebrate this historic event.
Oh, there's you just hold it up. Just hold it up. Just stand there and hold them up. But you gotta hold them up close. Right under the lens. There you go. There, that's good.
So, DC, the conflict between the colonies and Britain were already a year old when the colonies convened at the Continental Congress in Philadelphia in the summer of 1776.
We are citizens of an American nation, and our rights are being threatened by a tyrant 3,000 miles away.
So we were already starting to kick their ass.
Cool. Go ahead. What's that chick on that game show that
Vanna White.
Vanna? Yeah, there you go. Just so you guys know, in a June 7th session in the Pennsylvania State House, later Independence Hall, Richard Henry Lee of Virginia presented a resolution with the famous words, "Resolved that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Britain ought to be totally dissolved."
You okay?
Okay, I'm just getting into it.
All right. You want to continue?
No, I'd take a little break.
Lee's words were the impetus for the drafting of the formal
That's
declaration.
impetus.
Okay. Lee's words were for the impetus. Lee's words were for the impetus for the drafting of a formal Declaration of Independence, although the resolution was not followed up on immediately. We were still kicking their ass behind the scenes. So on June 11th, consideration of the resolution was
Now, wait a minute. What happened on June 11th?
Consideration of the resolution was postponed by a vote of 7 colonies to 5, with New York abstaining. Imagine that.
Of course.
New York staying out of shit.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstains, courteously.
Mr. Morris,
What in hell goes on in New York?
that's impossible.
Mr. President, have you ever been present at a meeting of the New York legislature? They speak very fast and very loud, and nobody listens to anybody else, with the result that nothing ever gets done.
However, what is that?
Calm.
Okay. I thought you forgot a word.
The committee is abbreviated.
However, a committee of 5
Start
was
over.
On June 11th, consideration for the resolution was postponed by a vote of 7 to 5, with New York abstaining.
Imagine that.
Yeah, New York staying out of something.
Yeah.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstains, courteously.
However, a community of 5 was appointed.
A community?
Is that what you said?
Committee?
Committee. Oh. On June 11th. Okay. On June 11th. Shut up, DC.
Okay, I'm ready.
You sure? On June 11th, consideration for the resolution was postponed by a vote of 7 colonies to 5, with New York abstaining.
Imagine that.
Yeah, New York staying out of something.
Yeah.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstains, courteously.
However, a committee of 5 was appointed to draft a statement presenting to the world the colony's case for independence.
Oh, that's cool.
Members of the committee included John Adams
John Adams, I remember him.
of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Roger Sherman of Connecticut.
Roger Sherman.
Benjamin Franklin of Pennsylvania.
Benjamin Franklin, old Ben.
Robert R. Livingston of New York. And Thomas Jefferson of Virginia.
Thomas
The
Jefferson.
task of drafting the actual document fell upon Jefferson.
Oh, absolutely. Well, AJ, on July 1, 1776, the Continental Congress reconvened. Did you ever see The Patriot? Mm-hmm. It's a badass movie, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And on the following day, the Lee Resolution for Independence was adopted by 12 of the 13 colonies. New York
didn't
not voting, obviously.
Imagine that, New York.
Imagine that.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstains, courteously.
Discussions of Jefferson's Declaration of Independence resulted in some minor changes, but the spirit of the document remained unchanged.
I kind of wish New York would stay out of some shit now, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. So the process of revision continued through all of July 3rd and into the late afternoon of July 4th, when the Declaration was officially adopted. Of the 13 colonies, 9 voted in favor of the Declaration. 2, Pennsylvania and South Carolina, voted no. Delaware was undecided, and of course, New York
Abstained.
abstained.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstains, courteously.
John Hancock,
What? It's a little tight. What you got?
John Hancock, remember him, President of the Continental Congress, signed the Declaration of Independence.
And now?
Go John.
And now what do we do?
Well, AJ,
We go to the lake.
we shoot some fireworks.
Blow shit up.
Illuminate the sky.
Drink beer.
Sing patriotic songs.
American man. We're an American man. We're coming to your town. We'll help you party it down. We're an American man.
Whiskey.
You know, it's said that John Hancock signed his name with a great flourish. So Britain's King George could read it without spectacles.
That's why we say put your John Hancock on.
Absolutely.
Jan Hancock.
Jan Hancock. Put your Jan Hancock right here.
Today, the original copy of the Declaration is housed in the National Archives in Washington, D.C., and July 4th has been designated a national holiday to commemorate. Today, the original copy of the Declaration is housed in the National Archives in Washington, D.C.
I've seen it.
Me too. And on July 4th, it has always been designated as a national holiday to commemorate the day the U.S. laid down its claim to be free and independent of those sons of bitches across the pond.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Erica and Morgan.
Thanks, Erica and Morgan. You guys are awesome.
So, happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day, AJ. See you after the show.
What's going on?
Come on, that was funny.
Don't come hanging around my door. I don't want to see your face no more. I got more important things to do than spend my time growing old with you. Now, woman, said stay away. American woman, listen what I say.
Hey, this is Ted McKay giving a shout out to my buddies at Barside Jive. The show, got to check it out. It's something worth watching.
That was cute. What'd you write on?
What?
Did you write? Oh, yeah. That was
I was
good.
gonna write something else, but it was like, I don't have enough time. Y'all are reading through it really fast. I was like, what the hell?
With that hat on, man. Is that... We're going for us now?
Barside Jive out. Thanks for watching Barside Jive. We got a police raid.
What did you say? I'll buy that.
Police raid.
Totally would have worked for the end of that Barside Jive. Barside Jive out.
There you go. Absolutely. Every time. All day long.
I know. I know.
How is it with the pickle juice on it?
Did you put pickle juice on it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't have light. Oh. Can I turn this light on now?
Huh?
Can I turn this light on now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're done.
Okay, look at